have started off as a level 1 in 2024, but this Rags to Riches series isn't your typical Rags to Riches series because you guys, the audience, is voting on everything I have to do. Some days you may be nice to me and some days you may make my life... In our very first episode, you guys chose what business we should be starting with. So on Monday, you guys voted that the way I had to make money was to do a heist. And if you haven't seen Monday's video, I'm not going to spoil it for you. But wow is all I can say. And in today's video, I'll throw up the poll right here. I asked you guys, what is the first business I need to buy? Now, obviously, we already have the nightclub. But other than the nightclub, what is the first business that we have to buy? And you guys overwhelmingly, out of almost 20,000 votes, 71% of you said the acid lab. So, what's today's video gonna be? You guessed it. Let's try and get this bloody acid lab. All right, guys. So here we are in episode number 3. We will be getting our taco masks soon enough. Don't worry about it. But we're gonna be doing the acid lab. So the funny thing is about starting off as a low-level player is that you literally have to drive everywhere, right? Unless you have a business that you can jump around to, you got to pretty much drive everywhere because we don't have a buzzard yet. We don't have a Sparrow. We don't have an Oppressor Mark II. None of these things, so we're going to have to drive. So, you guys chose the acid lab, therefore, we are going to have to do the acid lab. So, we're going to have to go speak to good old Ron up in Sandy Shores. Let's fast forward this part because we've got to drive there. All right, here we are, ladies and gentlemen, our very first dose mission. Let's get inside. You know what? I think we'll do this. Why wouldn't it let me change difficulty? Well, I've got to turn the bloody microphone on again. I'm in a private lobby, at least. Oh, ammo, yes, please. Armor, yes, please. Difficulty. Why won't it let me change it? Why can't I change it? I want to make it hard so I can make more money. I'm poor. What did I just do? I was trying to... Well, it won't let me change the difficulty, so that's not my fault. The game sucks. Why won't it let me? I don't bloody know. Of course, we're doing it solo. That's how we rock here today, baby. All right, so what I think we'll do, because I don't know exactly how long these are going to take. We'll do the first one here with the face cam, and then the rest of them, maybe we'll do like a voiceover type thing, and then you can let me know what you think of that style of video, like edit that we're going to do in this video. But we'll test it. We'll test it here today. Anyway, you've all seen this cutscene, I'm sure, by now 1,000,000 times. Let's speed through this bit. Do you guys actually see him right there on the left with that orange cup?
Who the fuck are you?
I mean, ignore Dax. But you see him? That's the guy from the GTA 6 trailer. The guy that has the... Look, see? He's the guy that's been complaining all over social media. Well, this one's more of just like makeup, though. Same bloody guy. I keep pressing buttons trying to figure out how to skip this, man. Nothing skips it. I've done it so many times. Why can't you add a skip option, please? And thank you. Pommy Shelby knows exactly how to do this. We got it. Okay, so now we don't have, as you guys know, actually, no, we're not doing this in hard mode, are we? We're doing this in easy mode or normal mode because they wouldn't let me change it. Hey, listen, this is the gun I got, okay? And I feel absolutely fantastic with it. I mean, look at us with this thing, man. We're absolute gods. All right, you're moving. That doesn't count. What an awful gun, man. Maybe it's just my aim. All right, listen. Okay, it's a pretty good gun. I'll give it to him. My God, this mission takes too long. Let's speed up to the end, I think. All right, recover Dax's pink RV. And all of a sudden, my car disappears. Is that what's happened here? I heard him say something about a boat. We're getting the boat, ladies and gents. As much as this car sounds awesome. We're taking a boat. Listen, in a day where we don't have our Oppressor Mark IIs, you know, we take it for granted. This mission, by the way, obviously, was fairly easy for me, having all the weapons, all the ammo, all the armor and everything, and having an Oppressor to fly around on. When you start doing it like this in a boat, or without an Oppressor, without all your health and armor and weapons, all I have is a pistol right now, and I have half health, and I don't have any snacks. So, let's get... I know this is going to be a bloodbath where we're going. So, let's get here. Let's try and steal his the RV. Try not to kill everyone. Maybe if we could just run in, grab the RV, and get out. That's the plan. All right, step 1. Reach the coast. Step 2. Take out people. Oh, my darling. This is probably a bad idea. A bad idea. I better not have to start this whole thing again. Why don't we all just die? It's good. That was so much easier. Not only does it put my car there, it puts this there. Just die, I would say, is my option for you. Restart the mission and just die. All right, Dax, come on in, my guy. Let's get out of here. All right, guys, and just like that, we are here at the freak shop. Now, this is just one of 6 first dose missions. So we're going to fast forward through these 6. But like I say, we'll do a little voiceover thing. You guys can let me know if you like this style of video, the way it's edited, or would you rather me show you me doing all of the missions? All right, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to... we're doing a voiceover on top of this. So as you guys can see here, we are doing a first dose number 2. Designated driver. Let's do it. All right, so first things first. Enter vehicle. Once we entered the vehicle, we drove the vehicle. I know, we drove it all the way over to the JetSam terminal. Once we got there, we were greeted by a beautiful truck that we accidentally stole. With our newly acquired truck, we went ahead and picked up the party supplies. But our party was not going to be started anytime soon, ladies and gentlemen, because that is right, we were shot at. After a few more bullets, our party supplies caught fire, and which meant we had to abandon them because, as you can see here, they blew up. Now, with just our truck cab and our farmer's hat, we headed on over to the MC Clubhouse. On arrival of the MC Clubhouse, we tried being stealthy and sneaky because, like I say, we are technically like a level 1 in this playthrough. So we have no health, we have no armor, we have no snacks, we have no really good guns, we have a pistol and a mission. After dying once, because we were just... I forgot how this mission works, if I'm being honest with you, we decided to do it stealthily this time. And as you can see by me speeding this up here, we jump over a wall, and then we're like Spider-Man. I mean, you would think we're playing the League Spider-Man game, the amount of maneuvers we're doing here. But anyway, we got up onto the roof, started taking people out. Just makes my life a little bit easier, you know what I mean? Once we took everyone out, as you guys know, you got to head on into the clubhouse. Inside, there wasn't really much to do. So we took a picture of a wall, stole some grass, got in our beautiful vehicle, and headed on back to the freak shop. Once we arrived at the freak shop, as you can see here, we passed with flying colors. All right, looking a bit worse for wear, we were ready for mission number 3. Without even taking a second to grab some snacks and armor, because we're stupid and we forget that we're starting off as a level 1, we jump straight into Fatal Incursion. So first things first, again, head on into our beautiful vehicle and head over to Stab City. Once in Stab City, I decided to get out my vehicle because, once again, I've forgotten what this mission was all about. And after realizing I was an idiot trying to snipe people, I just got back inside of our armored Kuruma and decided to drive it around like it was an ice cream truck to all the friendly people inside of this little community and just did everything from inside of my car. Like the lazy couch potato that I am, we eventually drove around, destroying everything we needed to do. If you're new to the game, make sure you have the Kuruma like I did in my first episode, and just drive this thing around. It is going to make your life a hell of a lot easier, believe me. After causing a lot of destruction, we decided to head on over to Miller's Fishery. Once at Miller's Fishery, we were tasked with finding some crystals. And once again, we decided to drive our car around, cleaning up our path so that we could get out of our vehicle only when it was safe and grab the crystals. Except for the last 2. We had to come inside of this building, as you can see right here, take out a couple people, grab the rest of the crystal packages, and out we went. At this point, because I was still too scared to walk because I had half health, no snacks, no armor, no nothing, I decided to drive my car all the way down the pier to the plane. Once in the plane, we took flight and went on a beautiful adventure back to the freak shop. Upon our arrival just outside of the freak shop, we were blessed with a mission passed. At this point, it spawned me about 50 yards away from where I needed to be, so I actually had to run. Who can be bothered with that? If I had an oppressor, you bet I would have spawned it just to go that 50 feet, I'm telling you. But anyway, we ran on over and started up first dose number 4, uncontrolled substance. So for this one, as you guys know, if you have done the first dose missions, if you haven't, I'm not going to spoil it that much for you anyway, because we're going to go through it fast. And if you have done it, you really don't want to see me doing all of this again. So there's a lot of talking, a lot of yapping, and eventually you just start tripping. You get on a bike, you start dodging trucks and boats and everything that's thrown at you. You end up flying through the sky on motorcycles, going into heaven's pearly gates, and almost being abducted abducted by aliens. All of this and more is in the first dose missions. I don't want to ruin it for you, so we're just going to skip ahead here a little bit. After killing some absolute units of rabbits, we skydived down to our death, where we woke up on the floor in our boxers. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, winner, winner, chicken dinner. So at this point, we're in the middle of nowhere. We've just woken up. We found our clothes again somehow. I don't know how. So in our newly acquired Tesla, we drove on back to, you guessed it, the freak shop. And after a hop, skip, and a jump, we were here, and you could just drive into it. I didn't even realize you could just drive into it like that. Yeah, I thought you had to get out, but you don't. You just drive up to it, and Bob's your uncle. Bada bing, bada boom. So we started up number 5. Make war, not love. For this one, we had to drive on over to the hippie camp, which we did at astonishing speeds. Once there, our lazy butt cheeks once again could not be bothered getting out of our vehicle, so we just shot up some cans within tents and then drove off and then did the same thing to another tent that was right next to it. And then guess what? Another and another and another until they all blew up. Once all of them are blown up, you had to go and find the BF Surfer custom van. And once inside, it showed you the location, I guess, because that's how it works, of all the delivery vans. So that's what we had to do. We made our way to all the delivery locations. First one, hello. It wasn't budging shooting it with a pistol. I'm going to be honest with you. As soon as we got out and shot it a couple times with a shotgun, though, didn't stand a chance. So we did the same thing with the next one. This one, we had to sneak up. We had to kill some people inside so they wouldn't carry on driving. And then you guessed it one more time. Shotgun, by the way. It just destroys these things. And then last but not least, we had to go to the camp. Now this, I'm going to be honest, when you do this as like a normal player that's been playing the game for years and years, like I did on my old account on PC, or my alt account, I should say, not old, my PC account, where I have rocket launchers and rail guns and everything you can imagine and all the armor and snacks that you could desire. This was a walk in the park. But for me, with my little pea-shooter pistol and my armored Kuruma, we just drove around taking people out until they were all gone. And then, as you guessed, we went at the bloody vehicles with the shotgun. Once that was all said and done, we had to take out a helicopter, which for those of you who don't know, I have a shotgun, but they call me John Wick with a shotgun instead of a pistol. Because as you can see here, kaboom! That thing fell out of the sky like a duck on duck hunting day. What? Anyway, we got inside of one of their surfer vans, drove off, and yes, you guessed it, mission passed, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so now we're in the middle of nowhere. You may be thinking to yourself, well, what the bloody hell are you going to do? You got no car, you got no money, you got nothing. We just joined another invite-only lobby. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the finale of First Dose. Off the rails, if you will. Let's start this thing up. First things first, we need to head on over to Humane Labs. And of course, we're going to be using our absolutely beautiful armored Kuruma. After an incredibly long journey that Rockstar loves to do to just be a time sink, we arrived at Humane Labs. And this time, if you guys know me, okay, you know I always do everything stealthy. Whether it's Cayo Perico, everything I always do stealthy. Whether or not it's an option, I always try doing stealthy. For some reason this time, I was just excited. I drove straight up to the main gate and we triggered the alarm. So it was guns a-blazing from that point on. So what happened, you may ask? How did you do it with hardly any health and armor and just a pistol at your side? Well, I did the same thing I've done for all 6 of these last dose missions. I drove a car around just shooting everyone while I was in my car. You think I'm joking? No. We drove this thing all the way up to the front door. Anyway, once inside, as you guys know, we just went to town. We went absolutely AWOL mental and took out every single person. We didn't die once. We died once. Listen, in my defense, the reason we died there is I'm still trying to get used to the PS5 controller, okay? I couldn't aim at that guy's head. You may be thinking I'm making excuses. You try go from PC to Xbox controller to PS5 every single day. It's not easy, okay? But anyway, we took the guys out, took a picture of a wall, opened up a few containers, and then got our butts out of there. And then we had to head on over to the switching station, which, as you guys know, if you've done it, is the fun part. Upon arrival, we parked our vehicle on the train tracks right here, just to make sure we didn't lose it. Went inside, did the little switcheroony, and then came out, and our car was no longer there. But anyway, we took our car, as you guys know, because this is just... If it wasn't for this car, I don't know what would have happened. If you guys are starting off as a level 1 and you don't have this car, what are you doing? But anyway, we got to the train crash site, and you guessed it, we used that vehicle one more time to just sit there, relax like we were playing a video game from our car. We just started popping people. It was just... We had a great time. We were chilling, man. And you may be thinking, okay, but what happens when helicopters come? Absolutely nothing. We do the same thing. We sit in the car, we take them out from inside the car. The comfort of our own car. Anyway, what we had to do is pick up some chemicals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you're prompted to steal the Brigade 6x6, which obviously is going to become our acid lab. So that is exactly what we did, ladies and gentlemen. And you know what? You're in for a treat because we're not doing the voiceover all the way. I decided that I was going to talk right at the end. So here we are. Over to me. All right, and just like that, ladies and gentlemen, we're back to a live camera of me finishing this up here. I feel like we have to finish it up here together at least. I forget how long those missions are. It's not that they're like super difficult. I mean, I did all of these solo as a level 1 or a level 7. Basically the same thing. Don't have any guns, any snacks on me, any armor. I've done all of this. And I would have done it in hard if it would let me. For some reason, it wouldn't let me do it in hard. So here we are, dropping it off. You guys asked me to do it. The acid lab. So we'll talk a little bit here at the end of this video about how this series is going to go. Because I feel like, well, let's talk about it. All right, so there we go. 250,000. Oh, don't want to speak to you at the moment, my guy. I do want to buy that business, though. I miss it, man. I miss it from my main account. All right, so let's run inside here really quick just to make sure everything is completed and set up. All right, there she is, the acid lab. What better business can you possibly get? Oh, I forgot we need to steal the acid lab equipment. Listen, once you've done this once, that's all you need. How long ago was this when I had to do this? Let's go grab the acid lab equipment real quick. All right, setup complete, lab equipment delivered. Let's go ahead and a little chat here with Mutt. Okay, so let's actually first, just to visualize, let's go into the bank here. Let's deposit our money. Okay, so we got 1.5 million, right? We're just starting out here. Now, here's the thing. As a brand new player, I have options. I could go up here and I could buy a clubhouse because we are going to need a clubhouse here eventually because we're going to have to set up all the MC stuff so that our nightclub can actually make some decent money. Because right now, it's not set up for anything other than the 50k you get a day just from being there. Bunkers, another incredible passive business, and you can get 50k every 48 minutes from delivering the overflow of weapons that you make. Hangars. You guys know me right now that I am obsessed with hangars. I think it's one of the best businesses in the game for a solo player, especially if you're going to grind. I absolutely love it, right? And then we got facilities, which I'm not going to touch. Nightclub we already own. And salvage yard, which I actually really do like. And we know from the video I did a couple days ago, I can make 600,000 in an hour by using the bloody salvage yard this week. So if I do that 3 times, because you can do 3 of the robberies a week, that's 1.8 million I can make in 3 hours from the salvage yard. And they're fairly cheap as well. But that's not what you guys have chosen, because this is a rags to riches that you guys are voting on. And we'll talk a little bit more about it here in a second. But because of that, I can't purchase any of these. And what you guys did vote for, however, as you can see right here on the screen, is the acid lab. So we have done all of the missions, and now we have to spend the 750,000 on this thing. And now listen, this is a great business for a solo player. It is passive, so it just runs in the background. And the cell missions are fairly easy, and we're going to be doing them in public lobbies as well. But one of the things you do need, if you are newer to the game, you probably don't know this. If you're not new and you've been watching my videos, you know, months ago now, you'll know that you do need the upgrades in order to make this thing worthwhile. So if we go into customize acid lab upgrades, acid lab equipment. So this is where it gets important. So call Dax to complete 10 Fooligan jobs, which, by the way, they have cooldowns, like an hour cooldown, to unlock this for purchase. This will increase production speed and the sale value. So this is, you need it. So as of right now, obviously, we don't have it. So I am going to have to complete 10 DAX missions in order to upgrade this thing. But what we are going to do right off the bat, first thing we're going to do is buy supplies. And I know spending money this early in the game is probably not the best thing, but we're just buying them. Well, that's it. It is what it is. But those 10 DAX missions are going to pay us as well. So I'm going to have to do that in between episodes of this Rags to Riches series. But let's chat. All right, guys, so that's going to wrap it up for our latest episode of Rags to Riches. Let's just talk a little bit about this series, because obviously you guys are voting on everything I have to do. But I do want it to be something that you guys can learn from too, especially if you're a newer player. So when you're voting on things, obviously you can decide if you want to be nice to me, if you want to be mean to me, or if there's just something that you would like to see somebody do. Like maybe you need help with a specific thing. Vote for that thing and I will walk you guys through it all. But we do need to get our MC business set up so that our nightclub can start, you know, flourishing. And now that we have our acid lab, I am gonna have to do those DAX missions off camera here so that we can start utilizing that to its fullest potential. So anyway, the votes are going to be tomorrow. Make sure you guys tune in or have notifications turned on your phone so you know when I post. But it should be tomorrow around 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, maybe earlier, maybe later, not quite sure. But make sure you go over to the community tab on my channel and vote on all of the things. Make sure you see the date that I posted it, because there's no point voting on things from last week. But tomorrow we will be making some more decisions. Specifically, I think we need to tomorrow start setting up the nightclub. So you guys are going to have to vote on that, on what business we're going to be doing. But obviously there's going to be more than one wheel, because we have 2 videos a week. Oh, not wheel. Voting poll, because we have 2 videos a week on Monday and Saturday. But anyway, I hope you guys are having a fantastic start to your weekend so far, and I'll see you guys tomorrow as always with a brand new video. What's going on, man? I'm losing my mind, but I'll give you a spoiler. It's a Cayo Perico spin the wheel. See you there.